Hey there. Okay, so this is going to be number 7. I'm doing things a little different tonight. I've been practicing and studying on some things. So I'm just going to pull one card out of here, and then I'm going to work with pulling some cards from the Angels of Abundance and Saints and Angels. Those are the only two decks I've really got right now. Again, learning the cards, learning to read them. These were a little different. So tonight, let's just start with a, one simple answer. Okay. What do we need to know? And I'm only pulling one card. This is one card. So what is it? What's the answer you're looking for? What do we need to know as a collective whole? So let's, that is way too many cards, so we're going to keep going. I'm still learning how to shuffle like this. This is kind of helping me, versus I would do the typical shuffle like this and do, that's from my card playing days. But I feel like I've been watching a lot of other readers and just watching how they pull it, and they let the cards kind of come out. The ones that are supposed to come out jump out. I do feel that even if you do it the traditional way, it's not going to make a difference, but I've just noticed they're totally on point. So, all right, let's focus on what do we need to know. One card pull. And there it is. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Three of Spades. So, Three of Spades is also known as the Three of Swords in the traditional tarot. I'm going to reach over here and grab my notes, grab my little cheat sheet so I can read off a couple things here. So I'm going to set this down. We've got the Three of Spades there. Three of Swords. Heartbreak, sorrow, grief, and forgiveness. Okay, so whoever, is seeing this, then this means you've gone through some heartbreak, and forgiveness is the way to heal. Forgiveness is always the way to heal. It's not the easiest thing. It is and it isn't. Because once you make the conscious choice and you have that intention to forgive, and letting it go, forgiveness is for you, not for those who have trespassed against us. It is for us to be able to continue to move forward without allowing them to affect our energies. I'm going to go into, so the Suit of Swords is an air winter. It represents intellect, thoughts, clarity, new ideas, communication, conflict, and blocks. It is representative of the third eye and the throat chakra, so indigo and sky blue. The astrological signs that it is associated to are Aquarius, Gemini, Virgo. It is an internal energy, so it is internal work. Grief is internal work. That is something that, and everybody processes it differently, and there's different stages, and we all go through those stages. And different times, different lengths. Some of us might just pass through one stage because you've already done some inner work and healing in that area. I've noticed the older I get, and I think maybe the more I understand about the other side, that it's not worth holding on to any kind of. Grief is hard, but knowing that they are in a better place and being able to communicate with them has definitely helped me heal a lot of my grief. So you've got to accept those feelings. You've got to process those feelings, and you still got to live life. You still got to go out and do what you got to do to make a living, to pay the bills, to do what you need to do. So, just some words of wisdom, I guess. So 3 cards. The number 3 itself. Okay, I look at the number 3 as a very positive thing. It's definitely a very well balanced. In art and design, everything works in odd numbers, 3, 5, 7, to have good balance, good visual balance, but just balance in general. So creativity, growth, and expansion. So get creative, and creativity is a great way to deal with grief. Find something to, if you like to draw, if you like to paint, if you like to crochet, if you like to cook. Cooking has been an extremely therapeutic thing for me. Not for my hips, but and I actually had I have a note that is on my refrigerator right now. I love to cook. I love to bake. The problem is being a single woman, I can only put so much in my freezer, and I had learned to cook because my mother came from a big family and big meals. So we prepared all the Thanksgiving dinners, and I don't know how to cook small. I've been learning over the last few years, especially. Had to downsize quite a bit, so I don't have my extra freezer here. Wow, this is going into a whole nother thing. But I guess I feel like it needed to be said. I was talking about cooking, therapeutic, getting over grief. Find things that you enjoy doing, that make you happy, that can, and stay busy. And it's so hard. I had great words of wisdom given to me by a friend and teacher of mine along the way after my mom passed in 2012. And her advice to me, because grief can paralyze you. It can absolutely paralyze you. 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. And it is a way to, you've got to kind of train yourself, and you've got to be diligent about doing that. And I found that helped. It helped me not stay frozen, and it kind of took my mind off of it, because we sit and we can get lost and in the grief and wallow. But get up and do something for 20 minutes, and then sit down and take a break. 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. You'll find that every time, if it's something you enjoy doing, you get a little bit more done. You get a little bit more done, and then suddenly you're doing an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Okay. Just to kind of get you through some of the grief process. So I guess this is creativity, growth, and expansion. So, all of that, it will help you grow. It'll help you heal. It'll help you expand, because once your creative centers are open, if you're into mediumship, if you're into reading, opening those creative centers is how we get our messages through. They, at least for me, I'm a very visual person. I see things in a lot of color, a lot of animals. Messages will come through. I might see the silhouette of a wolf in the distance. What a wolf means to me doesn't necessarily mean what a wolf means to you. So, anyway, I guess with that being said, so grief and healing. Anybody that is grieving, look to your creative expressions and things to get you through that process, and deal with your emotions and take the time. So with that, I'm going to go in and just pull a couple cards and see what the universe has to say. And obviously we're talking about grief, so what do we need to hear about handling grief? And what do we need to do to process it, to heal, to move forward? Yeah, that one's there. I'm going to pull probably 3 cards. That one's there. I love this deck. I love this deck. I think this is just gorgeous. I picked it because of the design. Just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's see. Whoa, that one. Okay, now this I learned from somebody I've been watching and following recently. If it jumps and flies that far away, it is what you don't know is coming. So focus on your priorities. Something's coming up and you need to prioritize. Grief can kind of keep us stuck, very stuck, and if we don't prioritize our own needs and things, so where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Connie says where your focus goes, energy flows. So your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them time and attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident. Now, I think this goes back to the 20 on, 20 off. 20 on, 20 off. It's a great healing technique. And this, you still got to prioritize living. You still have to live. Okay, so got that. Positivity, faith, and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. Again, keep going. I know my loved ones that have passed on would want me to keep going. Your loved ones want you to keep going. You got to put the big girl pants on, pull up your bootstraps, get out there and do the work. 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. Take your time. I mean, you need time to heal. I am a little bit of a pusher. And this is a huge one. This is a huge one for me. I've had to learn this. Have courage to ask for and receive help. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance, as well as give it to others as you are guided. As we help others heal, they heal. That came out wrong. As we help others heal, we ourselves heal. So I think, for any of you that are going through a period of grief in your life, whether it's over a loss of a loved one, whether it's, loss of a lifestyle, a change, just remember that there's good things that can still come out of it. And you got to keep moving forward. You got to keep living. Your people did not go through all the things that they went through in this lifetime to not give you the opportunities in the life that you deserve as well. So, all right, I'm going to pull a couple more. Now, these I'm going to have to read from the book, but that's all right. That's all right. What do we need to know? I'm going to pull 3 cards from this. Oh, that one's jumping. Okay. The jumpers you want to pull. Pull the jumpers, man. Let them fly out of the deck, because those are the ones that that you're supposed to read. Those are the ones that we're going to get the answers or guidance for what we need. And this session started out about grief. So whoever needs to hear this, maybe help you get through a hard time and find some purpose to keep moving. Okay. Oops, no, that's not it. Okay, we're gonna one more. What's the card we need? Whoa, that is way. Now I'm just gonna faith. Faith has definitely, I mean, this was positivity, faith, and optimism that came up here too. So we've got two. Faith, keep faith. And then just behind that, I'm not going to go into the distinct readings, but that is a guardian angel. Healthful eating. Now, this is a big one when you're during a grief time. It's so hard to even, sometimes you forget to eat. This is representative. This is the Saints and Angels cards. Saint Raphael, the Archangel. Archangel Raphael is coming through. So pray to him. And you've got two guardian angels and an archangel. So, you know, when we are surrounded by loved ones, we are surrounded by angels when we're going through a period of grief. So look to them. Ask for the help. You know, go back to ask for and be willing to accept the help. You have guardian angels around you. You've got high guardian angels around you. Raphael is just, he's a badass. This is the deck that I am reading from, the Saints and Angels card. So let me go through. I'm going to flip over these other ones that came out first. Okay, there's another guardian angel. Be brave. So lots of angels around you. Lots of angels. This is a beautiful card. I love the panther, the moonlight. Showing a lot of strength in that card. And just, yeah. Be brave. I mean, getting through grief, it is bravery. It's so hard to face our own emotions sometimes and to find ways to deal with them. Now this is one I'm going to have to, this one I'm definitely going to want to read. I'm going to read the Be Brave and the Generosity and the Faith. So this is generosity. This kind of goes back to the giving, back to here, have courage to ask and accept for help. But it also says, be sure to accept the assistance as well as give it to others as you feel needed. So that does help us heal. Again, when we help others heal, it helps us heal. All right, so St. Nicholas of Myra. Okay, so we're going to read these three. Let me grab the book here, and I'll read these out for you. I don't know if that's... Okay, set them that way. You can kind of see them. All right, now the book. I had it sitting right here. Give me a second. Okay, so we're going to start with... Let's start with faith, since that's the one that jumped out with healthful eating and triumphant. Triumphant, you'll get through the grief. So faith, let me find. Okay, think of all the miracles you've experienced in your life so far. This card asks you to have faith that heaven will continue to help and support you along the way. Your faith is a key factor right now, and it's important to keep it strong. Like the angel in this card's painting, you're about to take a leap of faith. The message is that it's safe for you to make this leap. You're finally following your heart's wisdom, and it'll pay you unseen dividends. Okay, I can read. I'm getting older. I have to wear glasses, and this print is very small. I'm going to have to get higher powered glasses. The situation you're contemplating is the right path. Okay, so maybe you've got something that you're deciding on, provided that you keep the faith. Your steady optimism will attract the opportunities and support your need. But any pessimism will push away or slow your progress. Before you go to sleep each night, ask your guardian angel to clear away any fears that keep you from enjoying full faith. In the morning, you'll notice your renewed and increased belief. Remember that with faith, all things are possible. Healing. Okay, so be brave. Let's go to be brave, be brave, be brave. And maybe your grief is from something, that an ending of something that has kind of caused a lot of trauma, and you lost your direction maybe a little bit. So look to your faith. Look to your faith. Whatever your faith may be. I'm not asking you to have my faith. My faith is my faith. My relationship between God and I is between God and I. It's a nunya. Okay? Also got that word from the same teacher that gave me the 20 on, 20 off. Wisdom. Grateful to have gotten it. I needed it. Okay. Be brave. Although it may feel as if you're unsafe or in the dark, your guardian angel assures you that you are completely safe, protected, and guided. Don't be fooled by illusions of fear. Instead, be courageous and show up your personal strength. There's a blessing in this situation, and by focusing on finding that benefit, you're sure to discover it. Someone by whom you're presently intimidated by will soon prove to be your loyal ally. Do your best to see God within everyone, within the situation, and within yourself. There's truly nothing to fear in these circumstances. It's actually an opportunity for you to grow stronger and more experienced, and to develop higher self-esteem. Don't run from conflict, but face it with grace and love. Pray and ask for heavenly help, and it's assured. This situation will resolve itself rapidly in a miraculous way. Your role is to stay positive, speak your truth, and be brave. You're hurting, whatever it is, you speak your truth. I brought up this back to here, the third eye and the throat chakra. Your throat chakra is all about speaking your truth. So maybe you've got to work on your throat chakra, clearing that. Send some healing energy to your throat chakra. Get it balanced. Work on that. There are plenty of teachers out there that you can look on here to yoga is a wonderful way to learn about your chakras if you're not familiar with how the chakras work. Or what they represent, but the throat chakra is literally right in the middle of your throat. It encompasses your entire lower mandible and jaw. So I kind of cup my neck like this. I don't like it right on my neck, not completely on, but just kind of cup it. And then prayers of intention, send some healing there. Whatever needs to be cleared, please clear this, and let it go and clear it up and balance that and speak your truth. If you're not feeling well that day, say you're not feeling well. Don't put the smile on. Don't put the mask on just to, save face for everybody else. I think so many of us have been programmed to do that. Put them first and don't take care of yourself. You've got to take care of yourself, especially during a grief season. Okay, so generosity. Generosity. You're asked to start or continue giving time, money, assistance, or goods. This act helps you know how much you have and leads to a feeling of abundance that automatically attracts greater prosperity into your life. The more you give, the more you'll receive. Contribute with joy and totally detached from the outcome of your offering. St. Nicholas reminds you of the happiness that you receive when you give to others from the spirit of love. Allow yourself to be surprised at how the universe gives back to you. St. Nicholas, legendary generosity, led him to be called Santa Claus and become a patron saint of the children and the needy. One of the most famous stories about him describes his rescue of 3 young girls whose father was about to send them into prostitution to save the impoverished family. The saint threw 3 bags of gold through the girls' bedroom window so that their future was secure. St. Nicholas also helped reform thieves and assisted those wrongfully imprisoned. You can call upon him to inspire and guide your volunteer work and show you the best avenues to give donations. Donations doesn't necessarily mean monetary. It's back to the healing thing. That's what I was going with the cooking thing. Not only is it therapeutic and I overcook, like, I gave to my neighbors because I had more than I needed, more than enough. And that was, well, during COVID when I lived in New York, and I had some phenomenal neighbors there. And thank God for some food pantries, because most of the stores were closed. You couldn't even. But I would get such an abundance of produce and food, so I had nothing else to do other than work on my house and cook. Everything was shut down. So I shared with my neighbors, and the note on my fridge that I referred to earlier that I don't think I finished telling you was actually from my neighbor Betty. She was so sweet. She's like, "Thank you so much for the sweets and all the goodies you send my way, but my pants don't fit anymore." So she was politely asking me not to send over so many sweets. But, and those people there, it was a big period of grief for me when I moved to New York, and I got a lot of my grief out working on that house. A lot of the anger phase went into remodeling and making the house livable and saving it from demolition, because it was well on its way. But the people that have bought it, that was her dream home. We sat down over coffee and shook hands and made the deal, and it was, we're still friends. We still talk. I appreciate, I have friends there that I wouldn't have gotten through what I got through with grief. So asking for help and all of that, it was almost easier for me to ask complete strangers, but God sent the right ones, and if you keep your faith, and the right ones will be sent to you to get you through this transition, to get you through this period, to get you through the grief, and know that, giving and receiving is how we heal. Okay? So, a little different than what I've been doing, but I think I'm going to kind of try to stick to this, maybe change it up here and there. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them in the comments below. If you're interested in getting a reading, you can contact me at amandabyers3576@gmail.com. All right, thanks. Have a great night.